Hello everyone and welcome to another JavaScript lecture. In this lecture we will learn the DOM or the Document Object Model. So basically the DOM is an object created by the browser each and every time a web page is open with their elements and tags. And it creates basically a virtual structure of the web page with all the elements and tags, child nodes, parents, siblings, and the real or the direct relation between each tag or element. And after it creates that structure, you'll be able to access with JavaScript each of the elements in that DOM or Document Object Model or structure or web page. So basically what I'm saying is that you'll be able to access any of the structure of a web page and change anything you want on the fly with JavaScript and the Document Object Model. So for example, in this case of this code that we have here, we have the parent element, which is the HTML. And then we have the child element head directly related under HTML. And then we have also the title, and the title will be the grandson of HTML and the child directly from the head. Okay, so it's basically like a family tree. So there are tags and elements under other elements or inside other elements. We call these relations nodes. Okay, so this is the parent node, and then we have the child node. Okay. We have also siblings. Siblings basically are like elements that are in the same position, like title is in the same position as the script tag here. Okay, so this is how the document object model is created with child nodes and parent nodes and elements on a web page. And during this lecture, I'm going to show you how to access and change on the fly with JavaScript all the elements on a web page or on a DOM structure. So in order for you to understand this a lot better, let's create first H1 on the body section. We can type here title news, and then down here we can type H2. These are today's news, and close H2. And then here, let's create a div ID called news1 and close this div. And in here we can type today's news are nothing special, something like that. Please come back tomorrow. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, so we now inside the body section we have three elements, H1, H2, and then a div with an ID news1. So let's open this. Okay, here it is. Everything is great. And now let's start the real magic with JavaScript. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this lecture because you'll start to see the amazing power of JavaScript and what you can really do on a web page with JavaScript. I'm going to show you how to grab each of the elements on this web page. And let's start by creating a variable to grab one of the elements. Variable first element equals to, you're just going to use a method very, very popular in JavaScript, which is the get element, and the E, make sure you put it in capital E, capital B by and capital ID, get element by ID. And as the name says, we're going to do is basically grab the news one. So what we can do is news one. And because get element by ID belongs to the document object model, or is a method from the document object, we must type here document dot get element by ID. Okay, now let's save this. Let's go down here, and what we're going to do is an alert, so we can make sure it's working. And the alert is going to be the first element. Save this. Okay, so now we have everything correct. News one is the ID, and we are using the method of the document object get element by ID. Okay, and basically what we do is create an alert with the variable first element with all this. Okay, now let's run and see what happens. We should get everything that it's inside the div with the ID news one. But we get a null. And why is that? Because what happens is that we are running a script doing all this before the JavaScript code gets to here. So basically what the JavaScript understands is that document get element by ID news one, but I need to get first to the body section to understand that there is an ID with news one, and then it will run the alert correctly. So what we do is grab the script or the JavaScript code, and as I told you in the beginning of the chapter, we can put JavaScript wherever you want, even inside a body. So what we're going to do is put the JavaScript code after the body elements. Okay, so it reads the body elements first, analyzes all the document object and elements, and then we can run the script or the JavaScript code. Okay, and now let's see what happens. Okay, so now we have, and it returns an object HTML div element. So it's running okay, but it's still missing what we want. So what we want is the value or the text or whatever is inside the div with the ID news one. We want to show that to the user on the alert. So what we do is use the inner HTML. And basically inner HTML, this property will grab whatever is inside the ID news one or the element div ID news one. Okay. Now, if we run this again, there it is. Awesome. Today's news, nothing special. Okay, it's working perfectly. So you have a lot of other methods and properties you can use on the DOM to control, edit, replace, and do anything you want to any element on your HTML document structure. Okay, guys? So check out the description page where you have the list of all the methods and properties, or you can download the guide at the end of the chapter. So that's it for now. See you guys later. Bye.